Welcome to another episode, a long overdue episode of the EV Guys with me, Gav, Richard Edwards, in the back, held hostage, Warren from BYD, and you join us in Shenzhen in China, actually leaving Shenzhen, going into Hong Kong. What a trip this has been. Highlights?
There's one.
Go on.
There's one, and you're going to say the exact same thing.
I know.
Should we say it at the same time? Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Seagull. That car is awesome.
Brilliant.
And Warren, if you're sitting in the back, if you don't bring it to New Zealand, you're not our friend anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm listening.
I'm listening.
We'd love to see what your customers, what your readers and viewers will think about it.
Well, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons we're here, is to make content on the videos, on the vehicles, and to see if you, the viewer, want these vehicles. Now, there's an embargo at the time of recording, so we can't talk about our driving impressions.
We can. This won't go out until after the embargo.
Oh, really?
Let's put it up for the embargo.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Do you want to talk about that stuff and then put it out after, or do you want to just put this out tomorrow?
Just chuck it out. But yeah, got to give the viewers something.
Yeah.
You got to like and subscribe. You got to hang on.
So we can't. So we can't really tell them how the Seagull drives, can we, Warren?
I don't think there's anything wrong with you telling them how the Seagull drives. I mean, that's a Chinese domestic car. I haven't committed to that coming to the country.
And that embargo's for the Australians.
Is it?
It's for ANZ. But
Hey,
I'm happy for you to talk about it.
let's avoid specifically saying how it drives. Let's put it this way. I think it's a very mature small car. I fit in the front and the back.
Yeah.
With the seat settings the same.
That's true.
And you know the Richard test is a tough test.
And actually fits in the boot too.
Yes.
Yes.
And what I will say is that, and this is not talking about the driving impressions, overall this car is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Even not driving it, it's a lot of fun.
Even not driving it, you get a fun vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's I guess what we could say about that, and I think it really should come to our end of the world.
Yes.
The question's going to be, I think, how much.
Yeah. That's the ultimate decider. How much it's going to cost.
And Warren can't say anything because he doesn't know yet.
Here in China, the base model with the current discount is equivalent New Zealand dollars. How much?
Yeah, so and we've got to be clear, this is a very extreme case because we're talking about the model they're talking about has a small battery. It's very stripped out, and they're in a price war here in China at the moment. I think the BYD range has got like 30% discounts or incentives across the range here right now. It is 10,000 New Zealand dollars for the entry level Seagull, and you can get 0% finance over 5 years.
Oh. It ain't happening for New Zealand.
Yeah.
No. To be clear,
Yeah.
that is a car that would.
I'd love to, but
that version is a car that would never be considered. And a lot of, I think there's safety equipment missing from it. I think it's got the small battery.
They actually call it the alternative to walking.
Yeah.
That model.
But you said that when we originally arrived and looked at the Seagull. That is not what that car is. It is so much better than that. I've driven a lot of small kind of K-sized Japanese cars, cheap, back when Daihatsu was around, cheap cars like that. This does not feel like this.
No, it doesn't.
The quality doesn't feel that much below, say, a Dolphin or an Atto 3. It feels like a proper BYD. It's not some cut price machine as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And the range, I don't think would be that bad. So I think the ones that we were looking at, I think they peaked out at about a 38 kilowatt.
There's in China there's two options. There's a 30.8 kilowatt hour, which is a WLTP range of around 260 k's. Then of course there's a 38.08 kilowatt hour version, which is a WLTP range of 344 k's, I believe.
Yep. And I think that's reasonable too, because the black one that we were maybe doing some fast laps of the track in,
Maybe.
the other one, which had some miles in it as well, I had a look at the efficiency thing on that, and it was running just under 13 kilowatt hours per 100k, like 12.8 or something like that. And these are cars that have been doing track work.
Oh really? So that's after the track work. That's the efficiency.
That was the pink one. The pink one was 12.8, I think, on the screen at one point.
Fascinating.
So theoretically, it could do that range quite well. The other interesting car that also had a ludicrously low consumption for what it was, considering what they were doing, was that BYD Atto 2, another car that's under consideration for New Zealand, and that was showing low 14s on the efficiency. Now, look, we can't tell if that's real ultimately because we were doing stuff around car parks and that kind of thing, but a lot of that car park work was going pretty fast. So, I wonder if, look, BYDs initially, they didn't have the best efficiency of the models that came to New Zealand. The Atto wasn't never considered the most efficient EV. If you wanted that, you'd go with a Tesla or a Hyundai, basically. But if what those numbers are saying on those smaller cars, clearly added to are right, maybe BYD's really starting to nail that efficiency level. Is efficiency something that's being discussed by the factory in regards to vehicles, Warren?
Yeah, well, the BYD is all about cooling the earth by 1 degree, and that is right across everything that we do, from efficiency of vehicles to efficiency of manufacturing. And it's one of the reasons why you don't see one-wheel driving in BYDs, because it is a very inefficient way to drive, according to BYD.
Right. Well, there you go. Yeah. Any other cars you want to talk about?
Yeah, ones that aren't under embargo and have nothing to do with you. There's been, going through China, our heads have been on swivels. Been surrounded by car guys. There was how many Kiwis were we? Were 4 Kiwis.
4 Kiwis.
And 20 odd Aussies.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Aussies.
Yeah, God, don't get me started on the Aussies. Yeah. Are they the Poms of the South? They're whinging and whining. Oh, my coffee's not good enough. Oh, I'm sick of buses. Oh, what a bunch of babies.
No comment for our Australian viewers.
Oh, God. What a bunch of whiny babies.
Oh, well.
And none of them apparently own watches.
That 5-star resort wasn't good enough for some of them.
Nothing was good enough for them. We're in China. We're seeing the most amazing technology. And, oh, I don't like this. I don't like that.
The McDonald's order yesterday for lunch was
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they demand McDonald's.
Yeah, we had a beautiful Asian spread out, delicious.
Yeah.
Sliced duck or sliced roast duck breast to a perfect level of pinkness inside, served with a side of orange slices, little mini cheese and hamburgers and that.
Oh, great, yeah.
Lovely. All basically thrown out the side to the Australian Cadet.
You know, I want my Maccas.
Yeah.
I'll go back to Ipswich.
no, yep, some taste.
We can talk. What did we have for dinner last night, Gav?
We've had so much. Actually, last night was a wild card.
Yeah.
We couldn't decide what to have. We were walking around the streets of Shenzhen, and this is another thing that this is another highlight for me was Shenzhen. It blew my mind. But we were looking around for places to go to dinner. We tried a few restaurants, and then we ended up, believe it or not, Indian. We had the Chinese take on Indian meal,
And it was
good.
delicious. It was
It was excellent.
Yeah.
So those kingfishers are pretty strong, though, guys.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Two kingfishers, and I was one more away from karaoke. How many tunnels are there on the way to
A lot
Hong
of
Kong?
tunnels. So if we're going dark and light, that's because we're going through tunnels.
Yeah.
But this is all about hearing us rather than seeing us anyway.
Well,
so
thankfully, thank heavens.
our dulcet tones. Yeah. The other thing we did on the trip was we actually went off road in a bunch of Fengqing Bao off-roaders. They're going to be coming to, some of them may come to New Zealand as Denzas, because Denza is also coming to New Zealand. That's been publicised before. I personally think they should be Fengqing Baos, or at the very least the Fengqing Bao badge should stay. I like that little Fengqing Bao badge. I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'd have it on a t-shirt. I'd have it on a hat.
Like a little pointy.
The Denza one, not so much. Like, it looks like mountains. It looks great.
It's kind of but it's just a logo.
Yeah. The Fengqing Baos are interesting. I thought the Bao 5 would be the one that I'd be like straight into, and it's nice. It's good. You know, it's kind of Tank 300 to Prado size. It's somewhere in between. Very similar to the Shark in some ways. 550 kilowatts and 760 newton meters of torque. Crazy performance, and it was cool. All around, very mature, very proper vehicle. But the Bao 8. Ooh.
Yeah, that was a general crowd pleaser. That wasn't my favourite, but that was a general crowd pleaser of everyone.
No one cares what you think. It's a plug-in hybrid anyway, so you can't really talk about plug-in hybrids.
No, well, yeah, fair point.
I think that Bao 8, if you were a Tank 300, definitely a Tank 500 shopper, just go straight to the Bao 8. If you're a Land Cruiser shopper, a patrol shopper, that car offers so much more. Again, 550 newton meters, 760 newton meters of torque, probably 3.5 ton tow,
And 7-seater as well.
7-seater, all the gadgets you could kind of want. It just drove nicely, felt nice on road. Sorry, no, we didn't say that. Didn't feel
No,
nice
it didn't.
anywhere.
It felt horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even say that. No,
We didn't. No, we're just going to throw out some things here.
It felt blank on the blank.
Yeah,
It felt blank on the blank.
You won't believe the redacted.
Do I need to go back and beep all those bits through there?
I've got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Gavin, Richard's a seasoned car journo.
Yeah.
Say you're old, Richard, but
So cool.
Gavin, it's your first time to a car factory,
Yeah.
and we went to Zhengzhou.
That was.
Did it meet your
Interesting.
expectations, or how
Well, I
did you
didn't
feel?
know. I don't know what to expect because all I've seen is documentaries on YouTube of like British Leyland car factories. It's slightly different to that. Slightly different to some northerner in the UK in 1978 hammering panels on a Friday afternoon. this was all robotic. It's, wow, where do you start? First of all, you walk in the building, the smell is like hot metal. And that's because there are robots, arms of robots, welding, lasering, measuring, re-welding, and very little human interaction in the first
They
floors.
showed you they really only showed us the robot parts.
Yeah.
I was slightly disappointed we didn't see final assembly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the stamping line, we saw the welding line, and then we saw the quality control line at the end, where they were putting the cars funding the chassis and that. But we didn't see the final assembly, which I always think is one of the more interesting things.
So do you reckon that would have been more human labour intensive?
Yeah, that part is,
Okay.
yeah.
The stamping facility was really cool because I think they could pump out 5 complete roofs and things every minute, and there's different stamping machines. It was staggering, the speed.
Personally, I love going to the factories, and particularly that shark factory. It's like watching my babies being born, and then they get shipped off to New Zealand and find homes and dealerships. It's great.
There's something cool. All right, a little camera issues there, but we're back.
looks a whole lot better anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll probably find the picture's got a whole lot better. Unfortunately, my camera just died, so I'm sorry, Deborah, back at the office. This could be an expensive wee trip to the airport. Yeah, anyway. So,
But yeah, the production halls,
Yeah.
spectacular. The lasers, the sparks flying. Actually,
freaking laser beams.
as we were walking through one of the halls, I felt this gentle searing spike on my back. I thought, what the heck? Is someone playing a prank on me? No, there was sparks flying, and I got a spark. I got a hot load right on my back.
I saw that. You got blessed by the BYD fan.
Yep.
There goes our R rating on YouTube.
Did try and segue out of that. Yeah. Way
I
to go,
thought
drawing attention
I
to
thought
Richard.
it. I avoided it. It's yeah. Anyway,
Kissed by the factory.
Yeah, I mean, I took a little bit of BYD home with me. I didn't get burned or anything. It was just a hot spark. Worked on the my own project car enough to know what that feels like.
And immediately from that to the first of how many buffets on not banquets at
Oh
this thing?
man, the food! So we had plates, tables full of food. Every table has like a lazy Susan on it, and apparently it's Chinese custom that you're supposed to give the guest more food that they can eat. If they're empty plates, then it means you failed as a host, which is crazy to me, but it's a cultural difference. So we always ended up with so much food sitting still on the table we couldn't eat another bite. I just hoped that they gave it to the
Those
staff.
fish restaurants
Yeah.
we went to, where you choose your fish. What do we learn?
Oh, don't get the one that's upside down.
Don't get the upside down fish.
Yeah, you'd sometimes sit there and you're like, almost like pleading for submission.
Yeah, just
As far as and the second you saw the fruit coming out, the fruit's the end of the meal,
Yes,
then you're like
yes.
celebrating. It's like just
And other customs, is it the head or the manager or whatever faces the door? Is that right?
Yeah, I think the most senior person is closest to the door.
Right. Okay, that's again cultural difference.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how'd you find your chicken head?
Well, I posed for the photo of the chicken ear, but I didn't eat it. I put some questionable things in my mouth
Wanna
over
eat a
the years.
little
But no. Although the other guys did make a crabkin, chicken head with a crab's legs
Yep.
and body. Yeah, they
Yep.
turned into quite the Frankensteins on this trip.
yes. Oh, we're emerging from underground again.
Oh,
And
finally.
did you enjoy the Baiju?
I love Baiju.
actually, it was
Baiju's
really
great.
good. Really good.
That one we had was a fruity little nut.
It was,
sauce.
yeah.
Very little glasses though.
That was like what, 40% alcohol or something?
50, that one.
50%.
50%.
It's spicy, but not unbearable.
You didn't get to try the $2.50 flasks of Baiju from the
No,
from the convenience store.
no.
There's still time. We've got about 40 minutes before we have to cross the border.
I don't want to
I'm not sure I can explain to the driver what or where we want to go.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that would
We've
probably
been
be difficult.
using our translate apps a fair amount. Last night on the way back from the restaurant, we had some problems with the app trying to get back to the hotel. Long story short, we ended up dropped off 6 k's away from the hotel. I think it was at 14 k's away from the hotel. Then we got another Uber that got us close to the hotel. We just had to walk the last k. So,
It's all downhill.
I managed it. I made it back in one taxi. So
yeah, well, no, we have anecdotes. So yeah, I think we are the winners here.
What taxi did you have on the way back? Because our taxi on the way
Oh.
out was this BYD taxi. So it was a BYD with
Ion.
almost like a little bit of Atto.
Oh yeah, Aon on the way there. X-Pung on the first leg.
Right.
And then you
Oh, and this second leg, yeah.
Yeah, our one was a one that had like an almost Atto 3 front to it, and then in the back it was really tall, lots of legroom, and it had sliding rear doors. It was I think it's called an E2. They're specifically made
Sliding receipt.
Yeah.
made for taxis. It was super cool car. Yeah, it was because a lot of the taxis in Shenzen, taxis, virtually all the taxis in Shenzen were BYDs.
Yeah.
So
Well, Shenzhen's interesting. Like one of the highlights yesterday for me is when we got into the city, and had a wander around is how many new energy or electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles there are. I mean, you expect there to be a lot, but it was a case of some points you had to hunt to find the combustion ones,
Yes.
the ones with the blue license plates on.
Yep.
It's staggering. I stood on the side of the footpath, and as soon as the crossing light goes green, 100 electric scooters go past me. Every single one runs on batteries.
Yeah.
Not a single, like you'd expect with the massive chaos of scooters going past, you expect there to be some smell and noise. Just chatter, tyre noise, and people beeping their horns.
Oh, yeah, you can breathe.
Yeah.
You can smell the BO of the motoring journalist next to you
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's no diesel fumes.
No, if you did that in Auckland with 60 scooters going past you, you'd get some 19th century miner's lung disease. But no, it's...
We've seen in Auckland, like Queen Street. I used to work in Queen Street, spent a lot of time around that area. Once they introduced the electric buses in Queen Street, the place became so much nicer.
Oh, yeah. In 2018,
Yeah.
Shenzhen demanded that all taxis, all buses, must be electric. And the air quality since then has got much, much, much better.
Makes sense. Focus on the cars that do the most miles,
yeah.
spend the most time in town.
I mean, you look around, we've got all of the green license plates.
Electric taxi. They're all BYDs.
All scooters.
That's a BYD ride-sharing car. BYD ride-sharing car. So good.
It's incredible.
And a Mondeo.
And a Mondeo. Wow, we've got to balance things out. The interestingly, we've
Hybrid.
got 4 Kiwi car reviewers on this trip. Everyone's head was on a swivel because very few of us could identify half the cars we're going past because you had never seen many of these models before. Me particularly, I'd never seen any of these models before. I had Mark from what's his channel?
Inside China Auto.
Inside China Auto? Yeah,
Sister channel to what we do. Yep.
Yeah, I had him. He was sitting next to me on the bus at one point. And he's just pointing out, that car's that. Oh, that one's defunct now. That one's going to go bankrupt by the end of the year. It was really interesting.
Now, if you are watching this, do jump over and subscribe to Inside China Auto. A, because I may have some business interests around that. But B, because he's just been to New Zealand. He came and stayed with me for a couple of weeks in New Zealand. He stole the keys to the long-term loan Shark that we're testing currently for New Zealand Autocar, and he went on a roadie. And he has fallen in love with the Shark and New Zealand at the same time.
Right.
So he is very, very happy with that.
And a little bit of you too, Richard. There's a lot of bromance going on there.
Driving
I'm a likable guy. I bring people together. So anyway, yeah.
How do you find the driving in China?
Look, they don't let us drive here yet. I don't think it's that bad. I've driven a lot of places around the world, and I think the driving here is actually pretty predictable and
It has
pretty easy.
improved
Yeah.
dramatically of my visits over the last 5 years, and I think a lot of that has to be down to the ADAS systems, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people using automatic cruise control, using lane keep assist. If you go and try and change lanes without indicating, it throws you back in the lane. So it's just naturally increased the capabilities of everybody's driving.
Yeah. So look, I think it's that bad. I actually have a plan that at some point in the near future, when I come back with another brand to China, I'm going to go to Mark's home city and establish an address at his place and get my Chinese driver's license because I would love to be able to do some more driving when I'm here.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
How hard is it to get a driver's license in China?
So you can get a temporary one fairly easily if you come in through Shanghai or Beijing.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably easier actually to get a permanent one. And he says there's apps already around that'll train you how to just identify the questions on the test and do them through his English.
Okay.
Even though it won't be in that. And it's a translation, so I don't think I actually will have to do a driving test. I'll just have to do paperwork and a written test to...
How long is
get
a
it.
temporary license valid for?
Oh, the temporary license is for your trip. But I think if you're going to do that, you might as well go and just get a proper license.
I mean,
if you've got friends here and
doable.
if you can establish an address...
So you need an address first and foremost.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, but it's all certainly viable. And look, one of the joys of our profession is we do get to come places like this, and you can say to the car company, look, I want to go have a look at some other stuff. Just extend my flight back home out by whatever and go off and do your own thing.
Because where are you off to after this?
Woo! Yeah, I am flying home to New Zealand, and then I'm home for, I think, 7 days. Then I'm off to Iceland, the home of
Björk.
Lots of Björk and lots of geothermal energy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So isn't one? What is this?
That's a Best Tune.
Best Tune.
Yep.
What the heck?
That's another brand that's kind of been floated for export, isn't it? I think. Yeah.
Best Tune, huh?
Yeah.
There's so many cars. One car I never got to see was the Kiwi EV. Did you know of it?
Yes.
A little pint-sized small car, top speed of maybe 100 k's an hour, but called the Kiwi EV. When someone first sent me,
I think that's more common. Cars tend to be regional here,
Yeah, that's right.
so they tend to be where they're built, and I believe that's more up around the Beijing
And you'll see
area.
more of those smaller cars in provincial towns.
There's the SU7 up there.
oh
Is that
yeah,
an Ultra? Anyway.
I love the colours, and I also love one thing I love about China is as soon as you get land here, you notice is that they're still in love with sedans. Like
Yeah.
just about everything you get in New Zealand now is a crossover.
Long
People love
wheelbase
crossovers.
sedans.
But yeah, as sedans are everywhere, and good-looking sedans as well.
So yeah, I'm off to Iceland to drive the Ford Ranger PHEV, and that's going to be a controversial vehicle, I think. I think it's good that Ford are doing something, but
Yep.
I will reserve any more judgment until I've actually had a chance to drive it. Other Kiwi journos are actually off driving it in Australia today, but it's all on embargo, so you'll see it all at the same time anyway. But,
I have not been invited.
I don't think. I'm sure they're not anti you, but I mean, I suspect that's more down to you.
Well-
Don't really have that much relationship with them, or
No, not really. They don't. They're not putting out a lot of enticing electric products. The Marquis is fantastic. In fact, one of the most surprising EVs I've ever driven was the Marquis, mainly because my expectations were not in line with what the vehicle was. So it
I had one for a year, and it was great.
was excellent.
fine.
Yeah, the suspension's excellent.
Having said the only issue we had with the Marquis, we came down to simply that we had the GT, the sports model, and we've got an Atto 3. Obviously, it's a family car. We've said that before. We really love the Atto 3 because it's soft and cushy.
Yeah.
We're switching out of the Linglong or the Batman Atlases or whatever they are tires soon. I gather it won't be as squishy once we've got on some more European Kiwi focused tires.
Yeah.
But I would often trade back to the Atto just for saving my back and comfort and
You know what?
etc.
The Dolphin with the the larger battery on with the 130 kilowatts, 150 kilowatts. What's the power?
150
150 kilowatts. Put the right tires on it. Give it more Kiwi road friendly shocks. I reckon that's a hot hatch.
Yes.
I reckon that's a hot hatch.
Yes.
It goes quicker than you think.
Yes. So not dual motor one floating around anywhere, Warren?
No, not yet. But hey, watch this space. BYD want to, as I say, have a car for every segment. So
Have I heard rumours of maybe a dual motor Atto?
potentially, look, there's always things in the works. I can't commit to anything, but
Yeah.
wouldn't that be fun? An all-wheel drive Atto.
Yeah.
Atto. That'd be marvelous.
I don't want to leave, man. So much to see.
Hey,
This-
I did say to you, it's still time for you to have Warren call their travel agent. The change fees on our tickets were not too bad. Turning
Gotta-
around at the
Gotta
border.
go back. I've got.
Mark
a
is
full
getting a car.
schedule.
Mark is getting a car today. You can hang out with him.
I've got to go back to New Zealand. I've got so much more stuff to do. I would just love a few more days to explore. There's so much more to see.
Yes. Oh well. You'll be back.
But still, it's good to leave a place. I wanted to come back.
When are we back, Warren?
When are we coming back?
Well, I suppose we'll next watch the car. But,
Depends on how good the videos are. So make sure you watch my videos and subscribe and all that, or I'm not coming back.
No, we've got a few local launches to happen in New Zealand by the end of the year. In fact, 3. So we'll do some more home-based stuff.
That's a Model Y in front of me, but is that a plaid badge on the back of a Model Y?
It looks like it.
Does, doesn't it? Anyway, we won't talk about that too much.
Yep. I do think the Model Y, like I said yesterday, the refresh is a massive improvement over the looks of the original. I'm never a fan of the original. In fact, I stupidly foretold that I don't think this car's going to sell very well because it's not a very attractive car. I was wrong. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Now, here's an interesting thing, and you may have had the same email, young man. Tesla are doing a media launch.
I might have got that email.
I've never seen them do the car is beside the point, but I've never seen other than going and having a cup of coffee at the dealership, a media launch from Tesla. Are we seeing some news from
What
them?
is that on fire over there?
What the heck?
Oh,
Oh,
my
there is
goodness,
a
that is a
chunk.
major fire.
What was it?
Hopefully it's not Hong Kong Airport.
Oh, it's in the distance. Oh, I thought
That
it was
is
a
like
car.
a fuel thing
Oh.
on fire.
Oh yeah, that's petrochemicals tend to do that.
No, it looks more like a bushfire to
Sorry,
me.
guys, I'm just being X5.
No, that's
No,
okay.
I don't know. I'm just looking
being
around.
X5, and that is a serious fire there.
Oh, we're going into another tunnel.
Oh, so what car are we in now?
This is the Denza D9.
This is the D9. This is the one we took around the track.
No, that was the N7.
Oh, Oh, N9?
Did you take a D9?
Yeah, we did. We took a D9 round.
All right.
What was the one that we were all in the train?
That was an N9.
N9. Okay,
This is a
right.
D9. This thing is... I've been in a few Chinese people movers. This is the best quality one, I believe.
There's zero gravity seats there.
It is...
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It is built really, really well.
touchscreen,
Feels
everything.
so nicely put together.
Voice control, everything. Wireless phone charging built into my seat, which the seat's standalone. It reclines by itself. It's got thigh extensions, whatever you call those things. Oh, there's a person going the wrong way down the motorway. Okay.
They probably saw that on the window going past.
Oh, this is a long tunnel, and the traffic is thick.
Did you see the size of that fire?
No,
Yeah, I saw
I didn't
smoke.
see it.
It was
It was taking like
huge.
half the hillside, yeah.
I was busy staring at the Tesla.
I got a bit of a test for us, maybe.
Oh, yeah? Oh, no.
Should we open the windows and see how bad the air is in here? Because in a New Zealand tunnel, this would be
yeah.
toxic.
Well,
It would be.
you should be able to see down the screen. Oh, it's got it turned off.
Yeah. Oh, well.
The air pollution
Let's
quality.
just have a go. I'm just going to put the window down. This is the window
That-
down, not the door open.
that
But yeah,
open
okay. Okay, let's try. There's a noise in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Just smells like hot concrete.
Well, the reason I was wondering was because there's no black soot on the walls.
Yeah. I'll put that up. It's quite loud. There is a diesel vehicle somewhere which is drowning us out.
But that doesn't smell too bad.
No, it just smells like hot concrete. The smelly diesel's behind us.
Glad you know what hot concrete smells like.
Yeah. Oh,
And there's a big
there's
diesel truck.
old clunky.
Yeah. The cars are very electric and flash and new here. The trucks are very
Trucks
beaten
are
up
not.
and diesel.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will change.
Oh,
with
it
time.
will change, and it's beginning to change now. We're just seeing the start of the electrification of the trucking fleet. Just the very, very tip of the iceberg. I'm really excited
Yeah,
about that.
the lady from BYD who did it today was saying that they're selling trucks now, but they're at this stage I think they're focusing up in the northern cities.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there's more, I'm guessing, legal mandate for them up there or something.
Yeah, but also focusing more on urban trucks, right? So when you get the
Yeah.
size of the batteries in the range, they're high density cities here. So
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be a while before they come to our neck of the woods where we have long distances in between cities.
Gotcha. Yeah, no.
Yeah, one of the coolest things we saw today, from my point of view, was the. Oh, this is comfortable, isn't it? Was the what was the model number? L? No, it was the Megawatt-Charging car.
Yeah.
Oh, the Han L.
Han L.
yeah.
Han L.
Yeah.
This is a car that's got megawatt charging, so it can dump 500 OKs in 5 minutes into the tank, the e-tank. It's a car that's equivalent of $35,000 for this car, and it exists. It's not fantasy technology. It's just staggering.
It's what the Model S should have been if
Yeah.
Tesla
And-
actually developed cars.
Did you sit in it?
further beyond. I've sat in one recently. So I've got another video to go to EVs and Beyond about me going around all the 5 BYD dealerships in a day. So that's one they can watch.
Right.
And I go around that car in there and have a sit in it and all that kind of
It's
stuff.
comfortable. It's so comfortable, and it's got a fridge that goes to -6 degrees Celsius in the middle.
I think most of the BYDs here now get the fridge that goes to
It's
-6.
it's stupid. I love it.
Yeah. And I may have gone around turning all the fridges to -6 to freeze the drinks of the
Oh
instructors.
no, it was good. There's actual ice former. You can scrape your
Yeah.
fingernails full of ice from the fridge inside your car in the center console. It's just staggering. I know it's not a new thing.
I was going to say, my parents' 1988 Toyota Town Ace minibus coach
But it's
had a
been-
thing that would make ice and.
But it's like it's democratized. It's everywhere. It's so commonplace now. This was such an obscure luxury weird thing. Now it seems so much more normal now.
Are we getting those for New Zealand?
I
Warren?
don't know.
Fridges. Well, everything can come at a cost.
Everything
Richard.
is possible. Everything.
At least an option. At least an option. Give people the option.
All for options.
Yes.
All for options.
You've got to remember, what was it when we landed in Hong Kong? It was 38 degrees
Yeah.
Yeah.
and humid.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been quite warm.
It's been toasty.
Yes.
We had to not wear shorts today because we were going to headquarters and we want to be
Yeah.
respectful. But we have spent an awful lot of this trip in shorts.
Yep.
I have shorts in that bag. The second we
Right.
step into Hong Kong, the long pants are off and the shorts are
And
on.
I'm keeping my long pants on because it's like in the plane. It can always be colder than you might think.
Yeah.
Although this time I'm going to do my best not to knock a glass of red wine all over my hoodie. I washed it. We got the red wine out. I don't know. I used extra washing detergent, laundry sauce, and we got the red wine stain out.
You guys have both taken out a
God
glass of red wine
almighty.
this trip, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
But have you felt about the accommodation and rest of the trip? The
I thought it was-
logistics
I
is
thought it
all
was-
pretty smooth, hasn't it?
And it's been
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just
yeah.
say hats off to my Australian colleagues. Kate and James have done a wonderful
Yeah.
job in putting
Yeah,
things
yeah.
together. And the local Chinese team have been very, very supportive.
yeah. Kate Job's great. Chelsea legend.
Yeah.
She
Give a call, guys. I need to.
Sort of.
Would you mind can we stop this?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
A few moments later.
What's going on here?
Oh, we've got some action going on here. Lots of police.
Got the popo. I think it's
Popo.
lunch together.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're on our way to the airport.
Well, we got to walk across the border first. I haven't done that in a long time.
We have to walk across the border.
Oh yeah, we're going to get out the car and walk
It's
across.
right up to the gate,
Yep.
and we literally walk through a terminal, and we go sign in from exit China and go and
Oh,
into
okay. See, I
Hong Kong.
thought it'd be like a EU before the Schengen system.
The
where,
car,
you know,
the car will go through.
They
and
check it at the door of the car or something. But no.
We need to take our luggage too. We just have passports.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so everything stays in the car. We
Yep.
just
You're
get
literally
back
walking less than 20 metres from one side of a terminal building to the other.
out. Okay.
Look, let's wrap this up.
Yep.
It has been an awesome trip. Thank you, Warren, for taking
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you to the
You're
BYD
welcome.
team for looking after us.
Yeah.
I've been here a few times now, but you've really had your eyes open.
To the point where I'm actually a little bit worried. I've seen what's possible in cities and technology, and I'm going to go home to social media full of Luddites telling me that I'm woke for wanting clean air. I'm foreseeing a bit of frustration. I've been broken by this trip, I think.
How green is China? Like the
Surprisingly
cities.
green. Surprisingly green.
Look,
And clean. No graffiti. It took us day 3 before we found any graffiti, and that was under a bridge. And we were looking. No graffiti. Imagine Auckland with no graffiti.
you could move here.
Wow.
I've broken them.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell, we'll catch everyone next time. Who knows when?
Where can they find you, Richard?
So you can find me at EVs and Beyond on YouTube or evsandbeyond.co.nz, or now these days Autocar on Facebook, YouTube, website, magazine. Go buy a magazine. Help me not starve.
For me, go to YouTube, Ecotricity. That is the channel where you're going to find all the car reviews from all the vehicles I've driven on this trip, plus some extra. A world's first, hat tip for Richard, world's first, driving a BYD Seagull backwards around a racetrack. His idea, full credit to him. Should be good fun to watch. Otherwise, just follow me on social media, Kiwi EV Adventures.
And while we're there, a final plug for BYD. Check out our June specials on bydauto.co.nz.
Have you got social media for people to follow you? Is there like a Captain Addo page yet?
Well, there's my LinkedIn.
Oh, right, there you go. go hassle Warren on LinkedIn. I probably regret saying that. But anyway, look, I'm on LinkedIn too. Yeah, go there as well. Cool. Right, everyone, we'll catch you next time.
See ya. That's a wrap.
Done.